Hello. Welcome back to American History Live's 250th birthday celebration. I am Abigail Adams, and today I am joined by Alexander Hamilton.
Hello, I am Alexander Hamilton. Today we are going to share the stories of individuals who risked their lives, property, and reputations to serve as spies during the American Revolution. We will specifically look at the Culper spy ring and James Armistead Lafayette, but there were many others across the original 13 colonies and even beyond who worked behind the scenes to ensure American victory.
America, of course, had the advantage of fighting a war on our own land. But the reality was that many British garrisons had been in America for years, and there were many loyalists in the American colonies. Do you know what a loyalist was during the American Revolution? Loyalists were those who supported remaining British colonies. These individuals would aid the British troops by providing supplies, safety in their homes, and information on American troop movements. A big part of the American spy network involved the spies being undercover, pretending to be loyalists.
General George Washington recognized the need for information on British troop movements. So in November 1778, he appointed Major Benjamin Talmadge as the Director of Military Intelligence. Major Talmadge created a spy ring in New York City. The British had established their headquarters in New York City. This was where spies could receive the most intelligence on troop movements and future campaigns.
This spy ring became known as the Culper spy ring, after aliases of the two spies. What is an alias? An alias is a false name, a common thing to have as a spy.
Major Talmadge's Culper spy ring was invaluable to the Continental Army. It operated for 5 years in and around New York City, and during its existence, no spy was ever unmasked. Even General Washington did not know the true identities of the spies. The Culper ring was formed with friends Major Talmadge had gained in school. Woodhull was the chief agent, but all played a vital role in gathering and sharing information.
Robert Townsend was the informant who gathered much of the information directly from the British command. He posed as a loyalist coffee shop owner and merchant. He was also a society journalist. As a reporter, he was invited to social gatherings that included British Army officers. Mr. Hamilton, how did you receive information in the Continental Army gathered by Townsend and others?
First, a set of codes, particularly a numerical substitution system, would be used in all correspondence. Why would this be necessary? In case that correspondence was discovered, it protected both the information and the spy carrying it. The codes were transported through British-held territory. Often, Austin Row rode between Setauket, Long Island, and New York City. The information was in code and hidden in goods to be held at Abraham Woodhull's farm in Setauket until they could be retrieved later.
Anna Strong, who lived near Woodhull's barn, would hang a black petticoat on her clothesline to alert Caleb Brewster that there were new documents to retrieve. Strong would indicate via hanging handkerchiefs which cove Brewster should land at to retrieve messages. Once Caleb Brewster received the message, Would take the message to Major Talmadge, who would share it with General Washington. This is why codes were so important, as messages were at risk of interception by the British in each leg of the journey. Mr. Hamilton, can you share instances in which the Culper spy ring had a significant impact?
In 1780, the ring shared with British General Henry Clinton was planning an attack on Rhode Island. General Washington moved troops into an offensive position, causing General Clinton to redirect his efforts and cancel the attack. The Culper ring also played a part in exposing perhaps the most famous American traitor of the Revolution. Who was this? Benedict Arnold, of course. The ring did this by capturing British spy Major John Andre. He was carrying documents that revealed that Benedict Arnold had switched sides.
So we discovered how important the Culper ring was. Mr. Hamilton, is there another spy outside the ring you would like to share about today?
Yes, James Armistead. James Armistead was born on December 10th, 1748, into slavery in Virginia. He was enslaved first by John Armistead and later by William Armistead. When the Revolutionary War began, William Armistead managed military supplies for Virginia starting in 1775.
So William Armistead supported the American Revolution.
Yes, he did. James Armistead asked permission to join the Continental Army in 1780. This permission was required by law for any enslaved person to join the Continental Army in Virginia. This permission was granted. Keep in mind that enslaved people could also join the British Army and actually were promised freedom. But James Armistead was a patriot and was hopeful that his service in the Continental Army would lead to his own freedom as well as America's independence.
How did James Armistead serve in the Continental Army?
First, Mr. Armistead was stationed under General Marquis de Lafayette, the commander of the Allied French forces. General Lafayette worked directly under General George Washington.
General Lafayette saw the opportunity that James Armistead would provide as a spy. Remember, enslaved people were encouraged to join the British Army in exchange for freedom. If you were General Lafayette, what would you have Mr. Armistead do?
Pretend to be one of the slaves looking for freedom. Posing as a runaway enslaved man, quickly infiltrated British forces via Benedict Arnold's camp. He demonstrated his knowledge of the area. That would not seem unusual to the British because runaways would have to know where they are going. So General Arnold and Cornwallis decided to task Mr. Armistead with spying on the colonies.
Does anyone know the term for when a person pretends to be spying for one side, but is actually spying for the other and passing information to the other side?
James Armistead was an official double agent. This made traveling between the two camps easier and collecting information on the British less dangerous, unless, of course, he was caught. Mr. Armistead passed information to General Lafayette through handwritten notes delivered by other spies, while he fed misinformation to Cornwallis and Arnold.
Did James Armistead's spying play a role in America winning the Revolutionary War?
James Armistead's spying played a critical role in America's victory at Yorktown, Virginia in 1781, the last great battle of the war. Mr. Armistead sent a note to Marquis de Lafayette in the summer of 1781 detailing how Cornwallis would be moving 10,000 British troops to Yorktown, Virginia. General Lafayette and Washington seized the opportunity trapped Cornwallis in Yorktown. General Cornwallis came to Yorktown to seek supplies and reinforcements from the British Navy. The French and American navies worked together to blockade Yorktown, while the Continental Army prevented a land escape. Cornwallis officially surrendered on October 19th, 1781. Although not the last official battle of this war, it marked the end of major campaigning, and the Treaty of Paris was signed in 1783, officially ending the Revolutionary War.
Considering the important role James Armistead played in the Revolutionary War, what do you think happened to Mr. Armistead after the war? Unfortunately, Mr. Armistead was forced to return to slavery. Virginia had passed a law in 1783 stating that enslaved men who have faithfully served agreeable to the terms of their enlistment and have thereby, of course, contributed towards the establishment of American liberty and independence should enjoy the blessings of freedom as a reward for their toils and labors. But James Armistead was not eligible because he had not taken up arms. Instead, he was a spy. He had to petition the Virginia legislature directly.
In 1784, General Lafayette provided a testimonial confirming James Armistead's instrumental work, but it still took until 1787 for James Armistead to receive his freedom from the Virginia legislature by unanimous vote.
Mr. Armistead was so grateful to General Marquis de Lafayette that he took his name as his own. From that point forward, his name was James Armistead Lafayette.
James Armistead Lafayette remained in Virginia. He bought 40 acres of land, became a farmer, married, and raised a family. He was granted a $40 annual pension from the Virginia legislature for his service during the Revolutionary War. He died on August 9th, 1830.